Red 80. Zero. Hey. 80 weapon.
Quick dance. Come. Check 99. Check 99.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Rush in.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Mike 29. Hey, we heavy on the edges.
Zero.
29 is Mike 29.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alec Ogletree. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Check.
Flight.
Check hot route. Hot. Check 43.
Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. He's got his man, it's Kendrick Bourne. A big play there for Detroit, and even 40 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Stafford delivers this to Hockenson, and they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Switch.
The first down carry here for Johnson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready, 280, 11. Check.
On 1st down, Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 48-yard line.
Set, blue 60, 53, ready. Hey.
Mike 29. You. 29 is a Mike.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. O'Shane Zimenez brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Hey, 50.
Hatchet. Slam.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dexter Lawrence in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing, Jones. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Lady.
47. Check, 47.
Here we go. Chance right there.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
260.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On first down, Johnson. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, it's Johnson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Johnson, and he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
I'm coming.
Hey, 22.
24. Check 24.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 14-yard line.
250. Omaha, ready to move. Alert.
47, Mike. 47.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Under 10. 10.
From the gun, Stafford. Open man is born. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Jones. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Jones going to throw again. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Cody Latimer, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jones now to throw again. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give him full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play. Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
50, play. Check, check. 40 them up. Watch the pass.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
On second down now, Barkley, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first down, Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From the 45 on second down, Jones eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley, and he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Chopper. Switch.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Here's Jones on 3rd down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Trey Flowers, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Johnson, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play. and get my defense off the field.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
32.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford, this is caught. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Back now at Ford Field. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. Stafford toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke. A quick feed from Tate. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Tate. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Jones now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Jones operating from the gun. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Trey Flowers there on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run.
Tate bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Back to throw, Stafford. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Johnson, the intended target. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Like 51. Here we go, team. Here I come. Here I come. Check it out. Check it out. Let's go.
They'll run with Penny. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The linebacker Christian Jones there to make the stop.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll go to Barkley again. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Rosas now to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. O'Shane Ximines in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Middle.
Check 49. Check 49.
32.
29. All day, dog.
Hey, alert 3.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity.